Today we're doing a tier list of every single Chase airline card. This is a continuation of the United tier list, and we'll rank them from overpowered to great to good, okay, and so on. There are some cards of perks ending December 31st, and we'll look at this as if it's 2026, that way I don't have to redo this video in 2 months. We'll compare them to the field, so apples to apples, against other airline cards, rather than, let's say, hotel cards. Big favor before we dive in though is to give this a thumbs up to help with the algorithm. If you know someone that might benefit, then share this with them. First up, we have the Southwest Rapid Rewards Plus credit card. This is the first rung within Southwest, and you're looking at a $99 annual fee. One of the key benefits and the most tangible is that card members and up to 8 additional passengers in the same reservation can check their first bag at no additional cost. Before, Southwest had free checked bags. With an attempted move upstream, it's now $35 for the first checked bag and $45 for a second, and this is per way. This perk can definitely add up. For example, 1 trip with your family or 2 trips by yourself. If you're looking at the card on a long-term basis, you get 3,000 points every year on your card member anniversary. It depends on how you value Southwest points. Most people will typically have it between 1 and 1.5. Given this, you're looking at a long-term effective annual fee number between $54 and $69. Another way to think of it is that you're paying that in order to get the checked bag perk and all the other benefits. Whether you get value from the other ones very much depends on you. Looking at the repeatable ones, you get complimentary standard seat selection within 48 hours to departure. This is standard legroom in the back half of the cabin. You also get Group 5 boarding, which is nice if you want to lock in overhead bin space. Heading to a flight itself, you get 25% back on in-flight purchases. Looking at once per year ones, you get a 10% flight discount on your card member anniversary, but this does exclude basic fares. You also get 10,000 Companion Pass qualifying points boost each year. Companion Pass points are separate from redeemable points. Companion Pass is the superpower of the Southwest program. Think of it as a buy one get one. Whenever you fly, they fly free of airline charges. The only cost is taxes and fees. You get this by flying 100 one-way flights per calendar year or earning 135k qualifying points in that same time. Multipliers here are fine, but not that exciting. Gas stations and grocery stores are weak spots within Chase, so it's still something. Overall, I'd put this in the B tier of good. It's pretty much your standard pay $90 to $150 annual fee to get checked bags as a perk card. The main difference is that long term, you have at least a bit offsetting to lower that effective number. In contrast, other airline cards have no offsetting. Or they do, but it starts at $150 and it gets knocked down to the $90 range. Next up, we have the Southwest Rapid Rewards Premier Credit Card. This is the middle child of the personal options. You have a $149 annual fee and you get 6,000 anniversary points. The effective number is between 59 and 89 depending on you. One big difference is that instead of just standard seats, you can pick up to preferred seats within 48 hours prior to departure. So this includes the front half of the cabin. The other flying perks of the card are the same, so not bad at all. The Companion Pass boost is the same 10k, but you can now spend your way towards A-list status, and the flight discount is also 15% instead of 10%. Companion Pass is the superpower you can unlock, A-list is their elite status program. There you're looking at 20 to 40 qualifying one-way flights, or 35k to 70k tier qualifying points. Back to the card, you get better multipliers for Southwest purchases and a higher cap for grocery stores, but they did swap gas for restaurants, which is less ideal. I think some people will argue it up to A. For me, it's still a B. It's good, but not great. Shifting over, we have the Southwest Rapid Rewards Premier Business Credit Card. This is almost exactly the same card as the last one, but as a business card. The big difference being the categories swapped to gas stations and restaurants, and TCP earning rates increased to 2k per 5k in spend. The other main draw is that it's a business card. Arguably immaterial here, but you might be able to write it off, lowering the effective cost. I'd probably still put it into B tier, it just doesn't do enough for me. On a side note, if you want to learn about cards and you want to support the channel, we have links on the website AskSebby.com and also down below in the description box. Make sure the links are competitive, but otherwise, it's a huge way to support the channel, so thank you in advance. Back to the personal side, we have the Southwest Rapid Rewards Priority Credit Card. Here you have a $229 annual fee and 7,500 anniversary points. The effective number jumps up quite a bit, but this is targeted towards more frequent flyers. One big difference is that you get complimentary preferred seats at booking. 48 hours out and you're eligible for extra legroom seats and no additional charge, and it's you and up to 8 additional passengers in the same reservation. This is pretty amazing, especially compared to other airlines. None of the big three provide upgrades just by holding cards. Others like Delta might give you upgrade priority over people at the same status level, but you still need status. The only thing that's similar is United, that sells an Economy Plus subscription, but that starts at $599 a year for yourself. For the same you plus 8 people, it's pretty much $1,100. Obviously, United and Southwest have different footprints, but even if you zoom out a bit, this card pretty much gives you A-list status. The main reason people have A-list is for preferred seats at booking, extra legroom 48 hours out, and checked bags, and this checks all the boxes. If you want to spend your way towards A-list preferred, then this is the best option with 2,500 TCPs for every 5K in spend. The other perks are the same, so if these are your focus, the prior cards might be better. There is one missing though, and that's the flight discount that is not a perk of this card. The earn rate's also a bit higher at 4x for Southwest Airline purchases, and you also get gas stations back for that 2x. If you fly Southwest, if you compare it to other competitors, it feels like an A or S tier. I think for people that are just credit card people that don't chase airline status, it's hard to appreciate how uncommon this is. Again, it doesn't exist within the big three, and it also doesn't exist with JetBlue, Alaska, Frontier, or Spirit. It's also a lot cheaper than paying for the upgrade directly. For example, SFO to LAX is a pretty short flight, but even there, you're looking at about $244 for the extra legroom seat compared to the standard $134 seat, so $110 more for that one way. If you fly Southwest, then this is one of the biggest sleeper cards right now. Last up, we have the Southwest Rapid Rewards Performance Business Credit Card. This is very similar to the last card, but bigger numbers. $299 annual fee with 9,000 anniversary points. The effective numbers are a lot higher here, about 50 more across the board. All the other flying-based perks are the same. TCP and Companion Pass qualifying point boost is the same as well. The base multipliers are the same. You do get 2 additional ones, but it's still 2x, so relatively low impact here. There is one difference. You get up to 120 as a global entry, TSA PreCheck, or Nexus fee credit. Given that this is a once every 4-year perk though, it's hard to argue. Given everything, I'd probably still put into S tier. Upgrades are the key piece of the puzzle. Switching airlines with the Aeroplan credit card. This one looks very simple off the bat, but it has an interesting superpower. Here there's a $95 annual fee and no direct offsetting tool in the long term. You have the global entry, TSA PreCheck, or Nexus credit, but that's every 4 years. The main draw is that first checked bag for free, so very common structure here. The unique perks relate to points and status. You get better award pricing on Air Canada flights that are specific to card members, but that's not abnormal. If you do transfer Chase points to Aeroplan, you get a bonus by holding the card. You get a max of 25k bonus points and a 10% that's 250k transferred. It gets even better though. Oftentimes, Chase will have promos for transfers, let's say 20% base bonus, and you get 10% on top, so 30% total. In this case, 250k transferred might be 50k plus 25k as a bonus, meaning you get 325k Aeroplan. No guarantees that this continues, but we've seen it every year for a long time. Unlike other airlines where you redeem just for flights, this card has pay yourself back. For dining and grocery stores, that's 0.8 cents per point. Same thing for the promotional categories, so for 2025 Q4, we have Amazon, so normally 250k Chase would be 2,500 cash back, and with for promo and everything going on, it's 325 Aeroplan, and at 0.8 cents per point, that's 2,600 in value. The juice probably isn't worth the squeeze there. The more interesting one is travel purchases, where it's 1.25 cents per point and up to 200k points per year. So normally 100k Chase is 1,000 cash back, and going through this process, you get 1,625 in travel value. Put another way, 1.625 cents per point towards travel. If you have a Chase setup, this might be a viable alternative to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. You get better value for travel broadly, and you don't have to juggle credits. For the people in the back, you don't have to fly Air Canada for this to work. It can be for normal travel. There are some status-related benefits, but they're either for new card members or related to spend. Some of these spend ones being very aggressive, which might make sense for business owners. The base multipliers are pretty tame, but 3x at grocery stores is pretty strong, especially at 1.25 cents per point towards travel. Ranking this one is tough. I think some people might have it at S. For me, I'd put it into A tier. Heading across the pond with the British Airways Visa Signature Credit Card. This one is a bit more of a specialist. You have a $95 annual fee, and you get 10% off British Airways flights starting in the US, which is solid. The main offsetting tool is the Rewards Flight Statement Credit. Max of 600 in value when you book BA reward flights. The problem though is that BA awards usually have substantial, if not prohibitive, carrier surcharges, to the point that a lot of points and miles people avoid BA due to these additional costs. If you spend 30k per calendar year, the Travel Together ticket might be useful, but that's the main draw in my book. The multipliers here are fine, but pretty vanilla. For me personally, it's a C or D tier. That's probably not fair though, especially if you consider that London and New York is the 10th busiest international flight route in the entire world. Given this, a lot of people are going to benefit from that 10% BA flight discount. Accounting for this and trying to be objective, I'd probably put into A tier. I could see the argument for S tier as well, but A feels fair. Moving north, we have the Aer Lingus Visa Signature credit card. This might be one of the worst credit cards we've seen in that $95 annual fee range. The main draw is priority boarding for US to Ireland flights, and that's it. If you spend $30K in a year, you're getting an economy companion ticket, but this is just one time and it's just economy. Multipliers are also pretty tame. I think you have to put this in the F tier. You're not getting anywhere near enough value for that annual fee. Moving south, we have the Iberia Visa Signature credit card. $95 annual fee, same tame multipliers. The spend incentive is a bit better at $1,000 for 30K in spend exactly, but that's still just 3% and it's okay but not exciting. The Iberia airline discount can be useful and powerful, but feels super specific. There's a lot of people going from New York to London and doing the pond hop. So about 4 million passengers a year. You have a lot less going to Madrid, so from New York it's about 839K, in Miami it's about 787K. For me personally, probably F tier. For the right person, it could be S, but given the passenger loads, I think A or B could make sense, and I'd put into B. It's always a bit tough of tier lists since you're measuring based off max potential. A bit nerdy, but it's kind of like Iceman, who's technically Omega level given his power potential, even if he hasn't fully tapped into it. Again, if you want to learn about cards, we have links on the website, AskSebby.com, and down below in the description box. And if you're curious, all legal affiliate disclosures can also be found below in the description box. If you made it to this point, leave an ice cube emoji in the comments down below, and I'll try to heart it and also respond. 3 questions: which airline cards do you have? What are you hoping to add? And which ones do you consider sleeper cards? Let me know and everyone else know in the comments down below. Big favor, thumbs up, share this, otherwise hope you liked it. See you next time.